Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rantz. Well, I'll say another episode. This is the second episode of the new season, as it were. And after the rants of last time, where we were counting down the days of our first signing, we've now got two in the bag, as we'll soon discuss. I'm also here with my good man, of course, my right-hand man, Shubes. Hello to everyone.
Hello, and so we're on our other podcast. Like we're going to talk about transfers and what the new kit looks like. We actually are in England, and we actually go to games, which is why Crisandro is actually in Ebbsfleet. Why are you in Ebbsfleet? Of all the second places, why would you go there?
Lovely sunny Ebbsfleet. It's because
it's sunny everywhere. It's heat wave.
I don't know that. It's about to rain today, I think. Spurs 11 are playing here today. Kick-off is in around about 2 hours' time, and I'm here to see the next generation, as it were, mixed with a couple of our older players. And this is the first friendly, as it were, for the Spurs 11 team.
Yeah, so I mean, just we're players like, obviously people may know about Troy Parrott, but there are other players like Jack Rolls, Shallow Tracy, who. I don't know, we signed him and he hasn't seemed to have kicked on for some reason. I mean, I know it's weird, because I remember we signed Graham Roberts from I think a non-league side back in the day, and obviously he went on to become a third division footballer. Yeah. But for some reason, Shiloh Tracy hasn't really trodden down the same path as it yet.
That's kind of been a bit, his development's been a bit slow, really, considering the kind of fanfare that followed him when we first signed him, and it's kind of interesting that it's kind of like also he's going through each and every one of the year groups in our youth team, which is kind of odd, because usually players that shine, you just skip a year group or skip two or whatever, and then you find themselves in the first team at the age of 19 or 20, a bit like Dele Alli or Troy Parrott, as could be the case this season. I know he's not going out on loan because he's being earmarked by the manager as being fast-tracked to the first team.
Well, he's not been allowed to go to that Euro Under-19 Championship?
With Ireland. Yeah, he was called up.
Can't imagine the Irish FA, you happy with us?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's going to rumble on.
No cups of tea. No more cups of tea for us. No more cups of tea. No more cups of tea.
But so it's kind of the proof that if the players kick on and actually show their worth in the youth setup, then they will get the chances in the first team. So it's kind of odd that Charlotte Tracy was kind of brought in, as I say, in all that fanfare, and he hasn't kicked on really. It looks like he's actually going to get as far as the under-22s, under-23s, then probably the development, and then out into the first team. So it's going to be, it's kind of like slow really the way his development is going, but. The management team still have high hopes for him. There's a few other players as well. I mean, Sam Shashua, I know he was out on loan last season.
Oh, never a good sign.
That's what they say. But I mean, he's still he's 19 or 20, I think it was. So he was out on loan, and he's actually tearing up out on loan as well. Same with what's his name? Cypriot guy.
Georgie.
That's the one. Yeah, Georgie. I mean. We saw him in the ICC last season, and he was brilliant against Roma, I think it was, and then he went out on loan as well. So
the way Bentley was brilliant against Roma, apparently.
Yeah, that's slightly different. I mean, when you have Redknapp in charge, these things gonna go by the wayside. But so we got some amazing youth coming through, and it'll be kind of cool to see if a few of them will play today.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what we do. I mean, for me, I don't have any expectations really. I mean, these are just kids really, and that's what you got to see them as. I mean, I've said this, to make it cool enough as it is. I remember Massimo Luongo, 8 years ago, and he's now playing QPR, which is, to play in the Championship. I mean, he's on good money. He's on at least 20, 30 grand a week or something.
He's international as well, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's made a career, but there are other players in there. There was a young Spanish lad, Ceballos.
Christian Ceballos, yeah.
So obviously, hopefully, we'll talk about maybe his cousin, brother,
namesake,
whatever, namesake later. But a lot of kids don't make it through. I mean, obviously, famously, Dean Parra and John Bostock, I don't know where those two are at. Belgium, I think. One of them's there.
Is he still playing? If he is, and he probably is in Belgium, I think. Yeah, last I heard.
Well, the thing is, he was 16, I think, when we signed him. Was it nearly 11 years ago now? So he's 27, so he's not old, he's not young. No. He's older than Harry Kane. Well, he's only the same age as Harry Kane, maybe. Roughly the same age as Harry Kane?
Roughly the same age, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where, it's so many things can go right, so many things can go wrong. You can be very developed for your age, that's why you stand out. So I'm not going to put too much stock in it, but yeah.
Yeah, very true.
It'll be interesting to see how these kids do, because Ebbsfleet, I think, so for those, that's in Kent, isn't it? Ebbsfleet, isn't it?
It's in Kent, yeah. It was I think it's east of Northfleet and just slightly north of Gravesend. So it's kind of like in the middle somewhere. And it's a nice, quiet day, really. I guess there's not really a big match. I did see a few Ebbsfleet kits out and about, but other than that, nothing really to cry home about. It's just a little friendly, isn't it, with Spurs 11 side. Not like the main Spurs team are coming down. So I guess there should be plenty of seats for me to choose from, and I look forward to seeing what the new stadium is like. But
definitely, well, obviously, I mean, we're going to have new seats at at the Spurs ladies. I mean, I don't know if you guys, we're actually going to be at Barnet. So
yeah, they're going to play at the Hive.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, so they were playing at Cheshunt, which is just outside M25. I think it's junction. I don't want to say junction 25. I think
it is. Yeah.
Junction 25, yeah. And so, which doesn't mean a lot to our international listeners, but it is. It's not. You need a car to get to Cheshunt, basically. There's no way to get to Cheshunt.
True. Well, I did get there by train, so On
a Sunday service, though, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. But I suppose the Hive should be a little bit closer with the tube line.
No, very few people actually try to go to Cheshunt.
So the Hive should be an interesting one. I mean, thanks to Barnet for letting us use their stadium. I'm kind of going to a few matches there as well, because we're now in the of course in the WLSL, in the top league, and not a lot is expected of us, really. I think the best we're hoping for is probably mid-table, I guess. But
well, they just survive them, isn't it? Because I'm not being bad. I mean, like, we've had 7 new players. We've had Sarah Wilshire's been let go. She hasn't been awarded a professional contract. And it seems kind of harsh, but when you look at, say, some of the ladies where we were previously, some of them were weren't athletic enough, but they were quite skillful, but they lacked the athleticism.
Yeah.
Some of them were quite athletic, but they just clearly weren't big enough.
Yeah. True.
And it's just, which sounds harsh because it should be about your ability, and sometimes it can be. But I think they've looked at that and they've had to basically shoot Bambi a couple of times. It isn't nice, but shoot Bambi and eat his mother.
Okay, now you're getting graphic.
You know what? It's one of those things that
you'd be giving tips on how to cook Bambi as well.
The funny thing is, I've actually been crushing juniper berries, which goes very well with venison. But that aside,
yeah.
But no, that aside, I think because I met Ashley Neville a few times. I mean, one of the things about them being at Cheshunt is that they would all come into the same room, into the same clubhouse, which we had, and then you could meet the players and everything else. Whether you'll have that opportunity this season, I don't know, because there will be. This is a whole new level now, because now they're professionals. And Ashley Neville was basically driving up from Birmingham because that's where her job was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that, I don't know how much they're going to get paid, but I'm hoping they get paid enough for them to give up their normal job, professional. And but I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I mean, for me, I felt bad because I remember Hannah Martin being quite a skillful player. I mean, she was quite tall, which obviously helped her as a striker.
Yeah.
Maybe lacked a bit of close control, but she obviously had ability. She could get goals. I didn't see any of her pictures. Now, Hannah Martin, I think, was 31, 32. Now, I don't know whether that's old for a female footballer compared to a male footballer.
Eventually will be, wouldn't it?
But like I said, it's a whole new ball game. But Obviously they'll be on BT, so that'll help their sponsorship. So for a lot of these women, I mean, I just went to my first, I don't know if it was your first, my first women's game was actually at the old stadium. It was, they were playing West Ham, and they beat the crap out of West Ham 4-0.
Yeah.
I got to have pictures with them, and they gave shout-outs to some of my friends who have the women's podcast, the women's football game. But it'll be interesting because I personally, I didn't really follow the women's football until they got to the quarterfinals. And I won't hear people say, oh, I'm going to follow it, because there was just so much football on TV nowadays. With the Premier League, I mean, the Italian and Spanish leagues are back on BT. So it's just having the time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Are you going to choose one over the other? Now, that makes me sexist to saying that. No, I'm going to choose, Italian football and Spanish football over women's football. That's just
I suppose back then, yeah, because understandable. But I kind of followed a little bit of the women's football, even though I didn't record that much. I mean, I don't know if many people saw the game I recorded between Spurs and Manchester United, which was a bit of a whitewash in the end, but they Man United won 5-1. But the quality was there and improved quite a bit. There is a bit of a gulf there, as was seen in that game, because Manchester United were fully professional, even though they're in a league below, and obviously Spurs weren't. So it kind of like showed in the end. So it's a case of hopefully the professionalism kicks in, the girls go full time, and get the benefits of that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I can hope for. I mean, it makes an incredible sea change. Someone said to me, I don't know, 2016, you will see Ashley Scott or Eni Luco being asked to commentate on the men's game.
Yeah.
You'd be like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And that's a clear change. And the way I look at it, anything that gets rid of Roy Keane off any pundit's bench is always a good thing for me. Yeah.
I hear that.
Not that I'm bitter that he chose Forest over us. Not that I'm bitter about that at all. And he could have been from an incredible side, but no, not bitter. No. No. But if you look at, I went to watch them because of their Spurs.
Yeah.
I had very little interest in the women's national side because there weren't any Spurs players in there.
Yeah.
So, from this perspective, I think the Spurs ladies will need are people that not only are they just fans of Spurs and they'll watch anything with a, the cockerel on it.
Yep.
They'll also watch it because they think, this is a good game, the atmosphere is great, etc., etc., etc. So I would definitely check out a few games in Barnet because the other thing is, if you go to, who knows, maybe, depends how they price it at the new stadium, will be how they price it, but could you imagine, let's say, that stadium being half empty, half full?
Yeah.
It would be like a cabin in there, and it just would be horrible. So,
well, we'll soon find out, won't we?
Arsenal are the champions. I mean, that could be an absolute mullering from us as well.
Are they the champions? I thought it was Chelsea.
I think Arsenal are the current champions. I mean, Arsenal ladies have been a very good side for many years.
Yeah, that's true. Who could forget players like Kelly Smith and Adele, all that. They've been a top women's side in this country for a long time. So. Yeah,
and obviously, but I think it'd be interesting to see how that develops. But definitely, on all fronts, I think what Daniel Levy's quite clearly identified is that there is a gap. People will. I think Cheshunt needs to get at least. But obviously, Cheshunt there wasn't much of a seating capacity at Cheshunt, obviously.
No, just literally one kind of box.
One box, and then there was like a little burger van. That was there. And to be fair, and that did have the charm. That did had a certain charm of its own. In the summer, in the winter, it's pouring down. Not so much. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, I think whether that's sustainable. I think Barnet. Personally, I don't understand why they didn't play at Whitehall Lane Community Stadium, which is just up the road. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Maybe we're helping out Barnet, or even Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient.
You mean Coles Park when you say that? That's Haringey's ground, isn't it?
It's Haringey Borough, yeah. Haringey Borough, yeah. I don't get why we couldn't share with them.
It would make sense.
Yeah, it would make sense for them. It would still be in the borough. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, that would be in Tottenham, wouldn't they? So yeah, it would have made a lot more sense.
I think Barnet. The difference is that Barnet is obviously isn't it? I keep calling it Underhill. It's not Underhill. It's a Hive now.
It's a completely new ground, isn't it?
Yeah, you just think. You think of Barnet, you think of Underhill, you think of Stan the Man, Flashman, and obviously, if I want tickets for the proms or anything that you're not allowed to get tickets for, he's the man you used to be able to see. Allegedly.
I hear tales. Yep.
But I think a lot of people have few tales about Stan the Man. Not that they can publish, and not that I want to say. They're all Chris show. Dad, if you're listening, they're all Chris. There's all his stories.
I say nothing.
Say nothing. You know nothing. Yeah. Well, wasn't that Tim Timos Sherwood, or was that Manuel? But no, I think it's really interesting. I mean, obviously, Women's World Cup has happened. There's a lot of interest. I think the fact that, first of all, 13 million people. I mean, there's not a lot to watch in the summer. Yeah, if it's not football, you want to have a fix. If England do well, you're going to watch it. It's like I watch Wimbledon because Andy Murray's in it.
Yeah.
Or I watch Wimbledon because, well, actually, unfortunately, I missed the Rafa Nadal Federer game yesterday. I did take the afternoon off to watch it, but by the time I got home to watch it, it was already too late.
Ronnie has a slow walk back.
Yeah, well, you may blame my gym addiction. You may not. But
slow walk back.
but that's what I'm saying. I have no interest in tennis, but I definitely would watch that. I have no interest in the Cricket World Cup final. But shit, I might watch the last tail end of that. Do you know what I mean? So
true.
It's just one of those things. So whether you're interested in the product as a whole, that's something we won't know until going forward. Because right now there's no competition for the Women's World Cup or women's football.
Yeah.
Come September, October, November, there will be a lot more competition because there's a lot. There's loads of fixtures. It's not just not just UK men's football. The Europeans, you've got obviously BT Showcase, other sports like the American sports. So I think it'll be interesting. But credit to them. And I remember when they were just basically we were just watching them because they were Spurs. And a lot of people, I want to watch them as Spurs. Like Ashley Neville, I mean, she's got a full-time contract. I think some of the players have gone on. I think Jenna Scalacci, she's been given a full-time contract. So it's not just them like abandoning everything they are. And they're interesting because I think in a lot of clubs, I mean, I think Atalanta have cut their women's team purely because they can't afford it. They've had to make cost savings because they're building a new stadium, and they've cut the women's team like that.
That's a bit harsh, that.
It's a bit harsh, and I think that's the thing, though. I think women's football, unfortunately, is still at the mercy of the men's game. If there's, I'm not saying that our club will take a hit financially. That would be, if you're looking to cut operations and divest or get rid of something, what would you get rid of?
Well, I'd say probably the cheese room or something, because it just sends like it just sends out the wrong message, really, doesn't it, to the women's game?
It does. It does send out the wrong message, but I think that's what people are not getting rid of. It's just unfortunately, it's like Sunderland. As they suffered, they got rid of the women's division, women's team, which is unfair for them, but it is what it is. And now they've suffered because you would watch them because as well you didn't need a whole new kit. You could just wear your Sunderland kit to watch Sunderland women. If someone says to you, you have to watch, I don't know what a Tyne and Weir SC or something. That's a whole new kit, which sounds stupid, but some people think, what am I going to spend 20 quid for? Which I'm never going to wear. And so that's, I think, people take into account. But so you'll be watching. So shall we now move on to transfers?
The transfers.
Or the likes thereof.
The ones that most Spurs fans were happy about is the big one, of course, Tanguy and Ndombele. That's his pronunciation, by the way. I keep getting tired of hearing Tanguy or Tanguy or whatever.
It is Tanguy, actually. It is Tanguy.
Tanguy.
Well, I used to work with a guy at work, and whose name was spelled the exact way, and he pronounced it Tanguy.
Where's he from, then?
Huh?
Where's he from?
France.
You're French. Okay. You betrayed his own name.
By Islington. My actual proper name. Apparently, I'm told I mispronounced that. I was like, excuse me, I think I know how to spell my own name. I think my parents who gave me said name knows to pronounce that name. But, but clearly, you know.
I'll say nothing, but good pronunciation. But yeah, there's Tongi and Nombele, and signed for what these prices I keep seeing bandied about, 63 million it was. So
well, 55 million euros, but then there's loads of little caveats that basically if we qualify for the Champions League, we get this much. If they qualify for the Champions League, they get this much. Mm-hmm. So there are add-ons, and I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the one thing that we had, I think, with Lamela, I don't think we would have paid the full 30 million, did we? Because he didn't achieve all those performance objectives.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's only ever cost 24 million. Because I think it was 24 million. Because I think up until Sissoko, I think it's, he never passed all those objectives he had to pass. Yeah. So I think it's just one of those things where I think, for me, I mean, when we signed him, I thought this guy ticks so many boxes. Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous. He has the ability to receive the ball under pressure. Mm-hmm. He has the ability to get the ball and drive us, the team, forwards, which is what you want, because we lacked a bit, unless we were going route one to Nando Llorente, we really lacked a bit the ability to go direct with the ball. Yeah. Now, I think he does give us that, and I think one of the things that does help us is that he's got a very good passing range. Yeah. So if you do get too close to him, he can draw past you. But if you stand too off him, you give him that room to pass into.
He just passed. Passer. That's brilliant.
So I think that combination, running and passing, I think there seems to be a shift, because the other players we've been linked to are Olmo, Ceballos, Lo Celso. They're all dribblers who can pass. Yeah. Rather than people who are like what I call traditional pass masters. Is that, God, I haven't thought that 5'8" for a long time. Those kind of, but go like the way Wilkins, get on the ball and move it around. Yeah. These are players that will move the ball forward and then look to pass, rather than get on the ball, look to find a pass somewhere, or look to, you get the ball and then make a quick flick or something. They're not that kind of players. No. I don't know. Do you think that's like a conscious change in style, or is that something that another string to our bow, or what do you think that's all about?
Combinations of both, really. I mean, I know we've always got Ericsson, and he's done very well, but if you do kind of crowd Ericsson, then it's kind of like half the job done for the opposition, really, and then they can just break from that. And obviously, Ericsson went and tackle back. Whereas if we do get the likes of Lo Celso, Giovanni Lo Celso I really want, or Danny Ceballos, one of the two, that they'll able to keep hold of the ball. They have the eye for the pass, but they also want to try and commit defenders as well. So we got the pretty much a 3-in-1 attack, and they're not too bad shooting as well. Those people will probably like 10 goals a season, and that's another thing that we'll have, is like goals from midfield, which is what we need. So it's going to be kind of like hardly saying an upgrade on Ericsson, but that's pretty much kind of what it will feel like, really, if we do get them.
I think personally, it is a shift away from Ericsson. I think Coutinho, if you look at Liverpool, they played a lot through Philippe Coutinho. Yeah. And then obviously the success of Salah and Mane and Firmino, that obviously helped the transition. So they didn't need to play the same way they did when Coutinho was around. Yeah. They could play a slightly different, especially with Salah. The ability he brought to the team, it made it much easier for them to transition across from the Coutinho style. At the same time, I look at our side. I think Dani Olmo we've been linked with purely because he is a Spanish under 21. I think he scored in the under 21 final, and I think it's just a case of its agents. They know that if you link someone with Tottenham, they know Pochettino's style is to develop young players. And if you can link Pochettino with this player rather than the club, that sends a marker out to these coaches who consider themselves to be like Pochettino, like Pep, to have that certain philosophy. Oh, he might be interested in him. Maybe I should have a look at him as well. So I don't think it's about linking, say, Spurs with the player. I mean, I know Link, obviously we're in the Champions League final. Essentially, we were in the press for 3 weeks, you know, which I think is unprecedented. I think it was, how many weeks of football was there? I think it was at least, the league was over. I think in terms of, I think our league finished 3 weeks ahead of the Champions League final.
Yeah.
And then there was FA Cup. So there was 2 weeks of just nothing at all on Champions League final. That's 2 weeks of in the English news media. And then obviously I think even like the French sides, I mean, because the Coupe de France, the German Cup, the Spanish Cup, it's not as big for them as it is for, say, the FA Cup is for us. So I think a lot of attention was brought to us. I think we have got a raised profile, but I think Pochettino has a huge part to play in that. I think he has a huge part of it. For me, Lo Celso, 70 million, I'm like, no, hell no, not 70 million. I watched him in the Copa America. I didn't see the game apparently he was very good at in the Brazil game. Okay. Where apparently Messi felt that, they said, yeah, well, it's incredible. Messi is having a go at referees for giving the home team the advantage. Could you imagine what that's like?
I can only dream of something like that in the future. Well, who knows, if we get big, then that might happen for us.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt that would want it to happen, but it's no, but it was just a case of, if you look at, say, I saw Lo Celso, he scored a tap in of us, and like I say, obviously you have to be in the right position and everything else, and you have to follow up. But I didn't look at him till, I mean, first of all, Argentina are an absolute horror show. They really are. They are horrific.
Pretty much.
They are wasteful. They are horrible defensively, wasteful in attack, and they should, you know, they are. And I don't know what it is. Their strikers are just so wasteful. Which seems really weird because you've got Aguero, who's like one of the best strikers in the world, and somehow you can be so wasteful in front of goal. And Messi, it's just I don't get how that works out. But no, I mean, even surprised. We should get one foisted. I'm like, one fight should have given away a penalty against at least a penalty against. I don't know what team it was, but his tackling was awful. And basically, I don't know. I think it was Paraguay or whoever it was. They suddenly figured out, wait a minute, this guy is not a fullback. He was sent out playing fullback. Yeah. Why don't we just attack him one-on-one? And guess what? They attacked him one-on-one. They kept attacking him down the same side. He couldn't, because it's not just about the tackling. It's about how you set up your body, how you align yourself, and everything. There's a real art to defending. And the poor kid hasn't got a clue. Not as a fullback. And so all this talk about him could be our fullback. I'm like, bollocks.
Well,
I'm sorry. I was, you know. But,
I was going to say, it could just been the environment that he plays in, because but I didn't actually watch any of the Copa America, unfortunately. I had other things going on at the time, but it sounded like people were saying he's doing very well in that position for Argentina, and I read a quote from him saying that he credits his transition to Pochettino and how happy he is that Pochettino put him in played him at right back and made him versatile. So,
I'm not saying. I think it is that more people are focusing on his ability to give, like, Coutinho and nutmeg, you know, which is great. But when your job is to defend, I'm old-fashioned, you know. I want my defenders to defend first. And if you look at that thing, he's waiting for the whistle to blow for Gabriel Jesus. And I'm like, no, you never play for the whistle until the whistle blows. Guess what? You keep playing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's just basic defending 101.
Yeah, that's true.
And he clearly doesn't know that. And that was very, you know, I don't know, that was kind of shocking to me, really. But,
so it sounds like if Toby does go, then we need to get another player in.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. Apparently, he's apparently taking less money at Roma to go, which I think is stupid. Personally, I think it's a nice price. I think he could do that. Yeah? He doesn't want to live in the eternal city, you know? Right, but for me, it's just a case of, I think he's looked at it. I still think he'll go to PSG. I still think that'll happen.
Yeah. Well,
because I think, because Thiago Silva's 36, 37.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get De Ligt. He decided not to go there.
Going to Juventus.
Going to Juventus. So I think whoever doesn't get De Ligt will get Toby. Now, as whether Toby wants to go to someone, I mean, PSG is an absolute. I thought Argentina was bad. Oh my lord.
PSG is a graveyard for players, isn't it? I mean, you have to be at least 35 to go there, so he'll be the youngest person there, I think.
No, obviously you've got guys like Mbappe and all that kind of stuff, but
I'm just joking.
Well, the funny thing is about Mbappe is that here's the thing: they're the only club in Paris, right?
You broke up there. Well,
they're a rugby nation. They are. Especially, but in Paris, it's in Le Banlieue, where unfortunately, where I suppose the non-European French, live, the non-Caucasian French, like the guys from, like, say, the former French colonies and that kind of stuff. Yeah. They're some minorities. Yeah, they're huge football fans, and they will support Paris Saint-Germain easily. The actual, what the French elite? No, none of them will. Maybe I think the president of France. He's a PSG fan, I think, isn't he?
Who?
The president of France, Macron.
No.
He's a.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apparently so. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, what I heard anyway. But.
Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose that's cool, but I suppose it's kind of like a bit of a tussle between football and rugby in France, but Paris being the only kind of football club in the city, I guess it's a bit like the Newcastle of France, really, because there's not much in terms of although a bit more successful, obviously, but there isn't much attention for the fans there in terms of other clubs. Being Paris Saint-Germain's biggest rivals are Marseille, and there's like a huge country in between the two sides. Yeah. So, it is. That's why it's kind of like partisan, really, and that's probably why there isn't really like a push for Paris Saint-Germain to actually lower the age of their players. It is a bit of a graveyard, really.
And plus the other thing they've got to deal with is that I think if you look at PSG, it does look like a bit of a madhouse. I mean, look at what Neymar's doing there, and you're just thinking, how on earth is that club running? I'm not being. I mean, I know a lot was said about Christian Eriksen not being back and Toby not being back. I think players come back on different days,
Yeah, they'll come back later because
and if you're like Christian Eriksen, guess what? He's not been injured for a lot of the season,
Yep.
So guess what? They probably thought, well, do you know what? Part of it is because, let's now rest him up a little bit more. Because of, and same with Toby, he hasn't been injured. I think Harry had quite a few injuries. Dele, I think some of the other players, because Dav Sanchez, obviously, I think because the Copa America, he's not back for another 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Same with Juan Foy.
Yeah, that's true.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, hopefully it won't be as bad as what happened last year with the World Cup, and that was, oh God.
Yeah, considering that was a very good start to the season, really, wasn't it? So.
That was a bit of a disaster, I must admit. I never would have, somehow I always knew, whether it be 2012 or 2018, somehow England and the FA, they just don't want us to do well, do they?
Yeah, so it's kind of surprising how well we did actually do, considering the start that we had, and then it just kind of like went kind of pear-shaped from then on, really. Injuries upon injuries, and it was all caused by lack of rest. So that's, I guess, I mean, it's what I believe anyway. I think it was lack of rest that really caused most of the injuries, really.
I mean, we are deepening our squad. I think obviously, because I think it'll be interesting, is obviously, if you're Eriksen, it's a weird set of dominoes. I think a lot of the clubs, I know, say, Real Madrid spent huge this year, but they didn't spend huge last year. Compared to this year, they really spent money.
Yeah. And
the funny thing was, if they spent that money last year, as, Zidane wanted them to do it, they wouldn't have had the train wreck of a season they had.
Yeah.
But essentially, I think it's better late than never. But now that's basically, the thing is though, the problem they've got is that you all have to spend money together, kind of thing,
Yeah.
And when you've got a lot of people at the top spending money, well, you've got a lot of people at the bottom saying, well, I'm not going to spend money. I mean, you've got Milan who are out because of FFP. They're not allowed to, they're not in Europe.
Yeah.
You've Inter Milan who are looking to spend a bit of money, but they're still waiting. I think they're still waiting to get rid of Icardi, and they want to bring in Lukaku. I think he will do very well in Italy.
Yeah.
Although he's technically not that good, I think he's just a combination of strength and size.
Not work well over there.
I think it will work really well there. I think it will work. I think for him, he'll be able to make it work. I think just because he'll be just so much more stronger. He'll obviously have the speed advantage over a lot of the players. I think that will be interesting to see how that one works out. But I mean, even look at Alexis Sanchez. He's injured again for Man United.
Yeah.
So he didn't see that coming. The man has played 3 European. I think it'll be 4 next year because there's another Copa America.
Yeah.
So it's like, if memory serves, that means there's going to be 3 Copa Americas in 3 years. So I mean, that obviously that won't burn out players at all.
No, exactly. I mean, I think that's a wider conversation for FIFA to look at their calendar, really. Yeah, it does affect. I mean, the way it affected us last season, it is surprising how well we did, really. So I guess it's imperative that we get off to a good start and making sure that all the players are rested, or well rested, and also have a good pre-season behind them. That should be good.
Give them a choice, right? You have a choice of 2. You have a choice of keeping Eriksen, okay, or we get to bring in Lo Celso and Ceballos. What would you choose?
That's a no-brainer. Bring in Lo Celso and Ceballos.
So you bring in 2 players who've never played in this country over a player that knows the system and over a player that knows the system very, very well.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I suppose it makes it easier for me because Eriksen obviously wants to leave. So it's either we keep him against his will like we have done sort of for the last 18 months, or we let him go. He can enjoy his money wherever he's going, and we bring in 2 players who want to do.
I wonder where he goes. I don't know. There's a very good article about him by Stafford Law.
Well, Real Madrid are dragging their feet, aren't they? So.
Well, because I think it's basically whoever brings first. I think you've got Lazio, SMS, who was so good for them. I think 2 years ago. He then had a pretty decent World Cup, and then somehow it just went off the boil.
Yeah.
But he's always been linked with them. He's linked with them under Mourinho. He's always been linked with them. I think he plays a similar role to Pogba, but I don't think he comes with the baggage of Pogba.
Yeah, well,
nobody does. And I think, oh, that's harsh. But yeah, but for me personally, I think the way the dominoes will fall, I think Pogba. I think if you could sell Pogba, I would. I think he causes. Is he worth the calories? His agents, because I mean, give credit to. I mean, Eriksen said that one thing like maybe I want a new challenge, and that's it. But after that, I think. A combination of like no one coming in for him, number one, and number 2, there's been a lot of like Spurs. I remember when Darren Anderson was about to leave, he wasn't going to sign any contract. I'm saying, well, fucking good riddance. You know what I mean? He's always injured all the time. So what the fuck would he want him anyway? And then I think that combination of apathy about him leaving is what ended up causing him to stay because nobody wanted him anyway.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not saying the same will happen with. Eriksen, I'm just tempted because with Ceballos, what I don't like the idea is a buyback clause because the buyback clause has to be put in by the player as well as the club. That player has to agree to want to go back for a certain amount.
By the sounds of it, he says he wants to loan anyway because he sees his future at Real Madrid, even though they're not even playing him. So,
which is why I'm just saying I'm a bit wary about signing anyone that isn't. If you're using us as a stepping stone, I don't like the idea. At the end of the day, I want a player that doesn't see us as a stepping stone. I'm sure that Tanguy Ndombele in 5 years' time, he could probably get moved to Real Madrid or Barcelona and do brilliantly for them. And I'd say, do you know what? Great. Hopefully we'll sell you for like stupid amount of money. But hopefully you'll stay. But we know where you are in the food scheme. And that's the way it works.
Yep.
But if there's a buyback clause in that, if the buyers wants that in there, I would say no. Simply as that I would say absolutely not. Unless it's like some bonkers, like, like, Betis style buyout clause, something like, you have to spend 70, 90 million a pound, something,
I guess that's why Danny, is it first name Danny, is it? Can't remember. Danny Olmo is a third player being talked about. Even though he's more likely a winger, really, isn't he, as opposed to a
central midfielder.
Yeah, central midfielder. So I guess we're kind of looking at that buyback clause or that loan thing with no option to buy, and they're thinking, okay, let's try another avenue in that case.
I think that's what we have to do. I think we are. I mean, ultimately, Real Madrid have to sell. They need to sell, and for us, we can say, look. For me personally, I would say we'll do a loan with an option to buy. There is no buyback clause unless you're willing to pay 200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you go 200 million, or even 150 million, which I think, as stupid as that sounds, and if we start paying 150 million, then clearly, if he's tripled his value, then 150 million, that works for me.
Yeah.
For a player that we signed 50 million plus 50 million? I don't know, a 5 million loan fee and then 45 million pounds at the end of the loan fee.
Yeah.
But I'd happily do it that way. And if you wanted to buy back 150 million, not a problem. But I mean, like, how Felix can have a buyout clause for 110 million.
Yeah.
Then I mean, how Felix has got a much higher ceiling than Dani Ceballos, obviously. But I just think you have to be willing to say that. And I think the fact that Levy's in that position now. I mean, I'm so glad we're in a position when we've got, I wouldn't say like a huge war chest, but we have a combination of stadium income, Champions League income. Could you imagine being so desperate
to be in the Champions League? Champions League income and TV income as opposed to the stadium.
Yeah, for the moment, I think, but the stadium is going to start kicking in a little bit. But I'm so glad we're not as dependent on the Champions League qualification as, say, another team down in Holloway Road.
Well, I think that's a difficult one, really, because I don't think they're actually dependent on the Champions League football as such. It's more a case of their owners just pocketing all the cash, literally trouncing all the money, or using that money to prop up his American teams. And I guess that's where the issue lies, because Arsenal should not be broke. They should not be saying that they got £45 million to spend. They should have a lot more than that. I mean, even when we were just, in the Europa League and the UEFA Cup year in, year out, we still had enough money to like buy decent players if we wanted to. You just got the players that didn't want to come. So,
but we weren't spending huge amounts. We were paying like 22 million for Sonny, wasn't it? It sounds like a lot of money now, but it wasn't a huge amount of money back in 2015.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
it wasn't a huge amount compared to considering the amounts that were going back at that time. 22 million isn't a huge amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens next in terms of just football going forward. I mean, for me personally, so you would actually go with what shall I call it? The Celso to Ceballos. But would you do Ceballos on a loan to buy, or would you buy him straight out?
Well, seeing as he only wants to come here on loan, I guess the right thing to do would be to do a loan to buy, have him bet himself in the club and have him like his surroundings, as it were, and then hopefully that will mean that he'll want to stay. So I guess we'll.
Who would you get rid of then? Because right now we have quite a lot of attacking midfielders. We have quite a lot of centre. I mean, we do. We have Eric. If you think about it, we have Son, Dele, Lamela.
Well, they play further up, don't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, but then we have a glass centre midfielders then, because then we've got Wanyama, Sissoko, Dyer.
Well, we would need to. I suppose Dyer will probably revert back to between midfield and defenders, but we do play in like 4 competitions, so it would be quite prudent to have a large enough squad to rotate, which I think will probably make sense, especially this coming season. That will probably help us. So as long as we have a large enough squad that we can actually rotate and then keep the players fresh, then that should be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I think the ideal squad is about, because I looked at the squad and just, because how would you see us lining up? So let's say we got Lo Celso and Ceballos, okay, but we ditched Eriksen. How would you see us lining up then? How would we line up?
Well, I suppose we haven't talked about Saliba yet. Give something that deal for Arsenal, but I guess if the full lineup, I guess if it all does come in, that I think will come in. If I should go central midfielder, I presume Adabel's gone, so we have Sanchez and Vertonghen there. I would probably say it's hard to say really. I guess in central midfield that would be Ndombele with I guess other. Well,
So you think Adabel's gone then? You think Adabel is?
I think so. I think he's been wanting out for a while, hasn't he? So I'm guessing.
I think he wanted that contract. I personally think I don't think he's going to sign a new contract. I think he's going to wait until end of next season. And because obviously if his buyout clause is 20 million, he might as well just wait a year and get like I don't know, £10 million signing on fee really. Yeah. So I just don't see him moving. I just don't. I see essentially he will go to a free contract and he'll look to do that rather than 25 million. And that's just basically and then he could go out somewhere and get you could find a player with ability for what, 10 million.
Okay.
For that. And
I suppose it makes sense. Yeah.
I just I'm more likely to happen. I personally just don't see him leaving right now.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying that ultimately, I mean, I know we're linked to Saliba because personally, I just think we're just doing that to piss off Arsenal. Personally, I mean, it does remind me of this plot back in the old Dallas era when basically he makes JR makes Cliff Barnes overpaid for like they're basically doing some like offshore drilling, and he makes him overpay for it, you know. And so he's basically hemorrhaging cash, and he's basically he makes that overpay for it. And I'm not saying we would do that because that's very petty for us to do that.
No,
that would be extremely petty for us to do that. The thing is, I haven't seen Saliba play. I think it's just looking. I mean, I'm hoping he's left footed. Have you ever seen him? Have you even YouTubed him?
Who's that? Sorry.
Have you YouTubed Saliba? That's the way I play.
Saliba. Actually, I haven't really looked into him that much. No. I wasn't really that convinced that the bid for him was real, so I haven't really checked anything about him.
Yeah, I mean, clearly we need a left-footed centre back because Jan is aging. But for me, I think Ben Davies can do that job. You know that.
You keep saying that, yeah. I know you keep saying that, but
no, I don't know why not. I mean, he's got the ability. He can go forward. You know, he's not the biggest. Obviously, that goes against him. He's only 6 foot. I suppose he's 6'2".
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking he might well do that because he has been given a new contract, hasn't he? Along with Harry Winks. And the only notable absentee in all that is Danny Rose, who hasn't been given a new contract. I guess he's still got some time left on his current one. But all the talk's been about Davis and nothing about Rose, which kind of leads me to believe that he's probably on his way out as well.
Well, I think that has to happen because he's a club trained player, and you need club trained players.
Yeah, true.
So one player we haven't spoken about is Marcus Edwards. I wonder what's happening with him.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the group, didn't I? That it's good that we're linked with Ceballos and Lo Celso, but we do have I suppose a central midfielder come winger who could actually do that kind of role and does it very well, especially on loan. He did very well at was he at Excelsior? Was it Rotterdam? I think.
Yeah, Excelsior something. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did very well out there, but since the end of that season, I haven't really heard too much about him. So hopefully we might see him today for the in today's game, and then we'll have to make a decision on him whether he stays and fights or goes out on loan again. But if he goes out on loan again for a second time, then you know that
he's gone. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I mean, personally, I just think if you look at I think we'll get a tribunal fee for him because of his age. Yeah. But I think if you look at someone like Marcus Edwards, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting one. But I think ultimately. You're not going to Shanghai, obviously, but are you going to Shanghai?
No, I wish I was.
But I know one guy. I think I've got his name now. He's one of the Spurs Odyssey guys, Mark Rose, I think his name is.
Okay.
I know he might be going, but some people have more money than sense. No, I think if you are picked for their overseas tours, like say Skippy was, the way Kashan Booth was, the way I forgot the lad is at QPR now. What's his name? Oh God.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah, him. I can't remember his name.
Luke Amos.
Amos, that's the one. Yes.
Yeah. So if Luke Amos does get picked for that thing, I think Skippy's going to get picked. I think if Parrott will get picked as well. If say you got the likes of say Marcus Edwards, Jack Rolls getting picked for that overseas tour.
Yeah, if they're on that tour, then they're part of the first team.
And if Marcus Edwards doesn't get picked, I think that is a lot more. So I think there's a lot to happen. I mean, I think personally, I'm not saying. I mean, there's something that that basically Ericsson is the grease. You know, when he's at his best, he gets all our moving parts working brilliantly.
Yep,
that's true. That link. He's that grease or that glue that just everything fits really well. But the team have to do well as well around him for him to do better. He can't do it single-handedly. You can't just give him the ball and then he will make something happen.
I guess that's what the issue is. That's why he doesn't grab the game by the scruff of the neck enough, I guess.
And that's not the kind of player he is. I mean, Isco doesn't do that either. Isco does that, couldn't I? Yeah.
It's why I've never been that enamoured with this guy. I know a lot of Spurs fans are, and I know he's available to be sold by the sounds of it, but I've never really been enamoured by him. But
he was a player when we lost Luca.
Yeah.
I was basically saying the players I wanted were either Ericsson or Isco, and obviously Real Madrid ends up getting I think they got him the next year, but those are the players I was hoping for us to sign.
Yeah.
And we never did. So I don't know. I mean, obviously I think there was a link for us with Diego Costa, and I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Which one? Sorry.
Diego Costa.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. There'll be a lot of history with him, I guess.
They're not bad history. He's not that tough, is he?
Well, in terms of ability, if he hasn't lost any of it, actually, what's he did for the last year or so?
That's the player, and then they decided to kind of bring in Morata. Morata.
Well, just think, in that case, if Diego Costa is available and he wants to come back to the Premier League, wants to get to Scotland, then why not? If he can still do the job, then I don't mind winning ugly.
I don't actually see us finding him. If say someone like, what do you say? I personally, whether Wolves could offer more money than us, I would be seriously skeptical and seriously worried if they could. But if I was like a Wolves, if I was like the player and say, look, Raul Jimenez is a good player, but he's in and out, he's inconsistent. If I bring you in here, I know that I'm going to get, do very well with you, and you're going to start every game. Whereas if you go to Tottenham, he's not going to start every game. Yeah, it's just not happening. And I think that's the thing. I mean, for me personally, I don't think the Kane backup is a backup at all. I think the Kane backup is actually us playing with two quick wingers in, either Lucas and say, I mean, ideally we'd have a third, so we could play our version of the 3 hours. Yeah. But I think we are going to play that kind of 4-3-1-2 or something, with Dele Alli just behind Lucas and what's going to call it, Sonny or something. I just don't see us. I personally just can't see us buying a striker in, unless you think Llorente stays. I mean, from what I understand, Llorente is well liked at Spurs. Yeah. He's quite professional. He's quite, the players like him. They have a lot of respect for him. They have a lot of time for him. And if as long as he doesn't want too much money, would you take him on for another year over, say, someone like a Diego Costa? Well, I heard like a little tale that the reason why we let his contract run down is that when it's finished, we can then offer him new terms on reduced rates. So I suppose if that's the case and he wants to come back, then I'd be more than happy to have him back, because he didn't do a lot wrong in the time that he was with the Spurs. So I'd welcome him back. Yeah, and I think, and speaking of players who are slightly older, Dani Alves, right back. Yeah, I heard that one. I think, well,
He's 36 years old, so I think he's, 2 years older than Llorente. If he can, well, I say, if he can still do the job and he's prepared to accept the wages that we'll offer him, then yeah. But I don't think he wants to, really. Well, having said that, we might offer him more than I expect us to, so who knows.
Well, I just think, personally, I saw him against, obviously, it was against, I can't remember who Brazil played. It wasn't, I think it was Peru. And he wasn't terrible. I mean, like, he didn't look any more or less knackered than any of the other players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
and I just think, first thing, for a year, I mean, I think that's where we'll end it. But for me, if I was to choose a right back, I would choose Alves. I would look to sell Aurier back to France and literally say, do you know what? We're going to use Dani Alves as a stopgap for a year. You know, we'll keep Kieran Trippier as well. We'll sign Matt Tarrant, but he'll be on a sale and loan back kind of thing. So he'll get Premier League minutes with Norwich kind of thing.
Yeah.
And therefore he'll get his mistakes. So because I'd rather him make mistakes with Norwich than with us. And then seriously. And then we can basically, and then at the same time, we can then basically spend that summer with him and say, look, these are mistakes you made at Premier League level. We can have coaches out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
and then we can get rid of Trippier, and then we can bring in, say, another foreign player. We'll have two. See, Trippier's a homegrown. We can try one homegrown for another.
Yep, will make sense. Still there?
But I just, yeah, I'm still there. So I said, unfortunately, I have hay fever and I'm cutting the lawn, so it's not a good combination.
That's all good.
Just unfortunately coughing up over the old allergy. But no, I just think that's hard. But in terms of setup, so how because for me, if I was to go with like we ditch Eriksen. And we bring in Ceballos and who's the other one?
Lo Celso.
Then for me, I would set us up as a flat back for Trippier, Tongan, Alderweireld, Danny Rose, Lloris at the back. I think that's pretty much standard, really. And I think we're going to go to the diamond. I think we'll have wings at the base of the diamond. I think on Ndombele and Lo Celso are the two, widest points of the diamond. Dele Alli and probably Harry Kane with, probably either Sonny or Lucas. One of those three. We're playing a 4-3-3/1-2.
4-3-1-2.
A diamond. Yeah, like a diamond or a 4-3. Whatever you want to call it, a 4-3-3, a 4-1, or a diamond. We're a diamond. When we're in possession, we're a 4-3-3. The diamond when out of possession. A 4-3-3 when out of it. I mean, for me, I would have gone for a 4-3-3, but I would have had Eric Dyer in there. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I still believe in having a sitting midfield player. I think Eric Dyer gives us that. He allows us to play three at the back, but at the same time, he allows us to be able to have five in midfield, as well as the ability to have three at the back and say, three. For me, I would actually assume we keep Eriksen. And that's big if. I would actually have a 4-3-3, but with Eriksen as a sitting midfielder, wings and Ndombele on either side. So almost like a diamond, maybe, I
was going to say, as long as there's a deep lying midfielder, I guess, that will work quite well. So I'll be quite happy with that. So I think that's probably why we're looking at Leeds lad as well. So
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah,
Calvin Phillips. He's actually meant to be a lot better than Jack Clark. He's meant to be like the real deal.
Well, they play different positions, but I guess that's why we're offering 30 million for him.
In terms of literally his ceiling, his ceiling is much higher. I mean, he's a much more. He's like Leeds have produced some really good players over the years. So, but for me, I just, I don't know. I mean, for me, I didn't want us to sign. If Eriksen does go, then I'd bring in two players. But realistically, if Eriksen does stay, and I'm hoping he does,
bring in one.
Then I'm hoping that we don't sign any more players. I think we're settled. I wouldn't want us to bring in maybe sort out the right back issue going forward. Trying to find out a problem for this season. Maybe not just for this season. But beyond that, no, I'm not looking at like I say, if Eriksen does stay, then we keep him. I think the only thing we've got though is we've got the Euro 2020 to say, look, if you don't sign a new contract, that's fine. you're not training with the kids, you're not training anyone, or players in the training ground, and you can't train with anyone else.
Where you take your contracts. Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, you sit on your contract, that's fine. You're not playing, and guess what? You have to play for Euro 2000. They're not going to be able to pick you. Because you won't be match fit, you won't be fully fit. You can do all the gym work you want, but aside from that, I mean, all you can do is work as a personal trainer. You can't do anything else, kind of thing, you know? They have to sign up for all the training you can do. If we say you can't train with anyone, you know, because you're an asset to us, then I think that's thing will happen. I think we shouldn't be afraid to use it. I mean, we don't. But I think he'll sign a new contract just because I think
nobody else wants him. That's what.
Nobody else wants him. But I think Pochettino, I think he'll recognise a lot for him in his career. Remember when Henry had a chance to go to Barcelona for free? He didn't. He stayed an extra year. And then he allowed Arsenal to let him for like 16 million or 15 million.
Okay.
Because he felt that he owed Wenger. And I think he felt a sense of loyalty to Wenger. And hopefully Eriksen will feel that same sense of loyalty. He may not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, obviously Crisandro can be reached at Man Like Chris on Twitter.
Man Like Chris or at Crisandro, Crisandro.
Crap. Fucking always get that wrong, don't I?
That's been a while. And, of course, the real Shubon at the real Shubon.
The real Shubon, yeah. See, why do every time they have to ask my name? I think I know how to pronounce my own name.
It's alright, I'll teach you how to do it properly, it's fine.
No problem. Comment j'appelle mon name? Mon nom, oui.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I can teach you how to pronounce it when I'm next up in North London.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, well, anyway, this has been Rantz. Obviously, find us at facebook.com/Tottenham Supplement. We always welcome people posting and stuff like that. And, like I said, another good news, I think one thing we haven't spoken, I think this has been spoken about quite a lot. Ryan Mason back at the club.
Yeah.
And that's something...
As a coach.
And I'm actually hoping that he does so well that someone else next him, because you want that young lad. I mean, it's so unfortunate the way his career ended. I think he was 25 when it ended.
Yeah.
And so, I think, the fact that Spurs have given, hopefully he'll do really well there. He'll earn his badges and stuff like that. Because, I mean, you look at him, you think he's such a good player. And people forget, it was his goal, ironically, against Forest. Who'd have thought, eh? What did that Forest? And winning goals against him in the League Cup or in cup competitions, that saves you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think it was definitely that goal. I mean, when I met Mickey Hazard many years ago, I actually asked him about how did he feel about, this was long before the injury, and how did he feel about him going to Hull and everything else. He goes, look, it's just that's just football. I was sold to Chelsea, he was sold to Hull. He goes, ideally I would like him to go to someone like Palace, But, I think the fact that Dawson was actually at Hull at the time, I think that was a factor. I think having your former captain being there, So, like I said, but it is great news, and I think we have got a lot of things going for us as a club. Considering where we were, was it 6 years ago, when we were looking about, is Bale going to leave? Yes, Eriksen could still leave, but I think the loss of Eriksen will nowhere near as bad as the loss of Bale was for us. And I think that has shown us we are more resilient to player turnover than we ever have been. I think that's a sign of a much stronger club.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Club going forward. So, very proud of him. And, well done to Mason. Real proud of you, mate. Yeah,
and hopefully... So, and obviously, I've spoken to, because I can't only talk about this on the supplement because the man is a competitor to one of our members. But there is a certain person that does organise Spurs events, and there was a Glen Hoddle event that didn't turn out brilliantly. And he actually admitted it. He said, look, it was my fault. And he has been nothing but true honest about it. So unfortunately, we can never actually list his events because we actually have someone that does events at the club. on the page. So I think there might be a conflict of interest, unless said person decides to pay us, then yes, we might be able to get his events on there. See what we can do. But like I said, there is a lot more positivity at the club in 2019, but even say 5 years ago. And I think it's incredible. I mean, say 5 years ago, we signed Pochettino, we'd sold Siggy, who we knew, we'd bought Eric Dyer, we brought in Ben Davies. We didn't really know anyone else that we signed. We bought Michel Vaughan, we knew that as well. And the transformation in these 5 years, it's been incredible. It's been amazing. So you can obviously you can reach man like Chris at Crisandro, CRSANDRO _ and I am Shubon, the real Shubon, at the real Shubon. You can't really follow me unless you send me a follow request. But
you like your privacy?
I do like my privacy, yeah. But like I said, if you do follow me, because I do, especially when people can. I have no idea. Who the hell would go back 6 years to find a tweet of yours? Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't worry about that just yet. So, I'm going to hang off now to Ebbsfleet to.
I hope it could. Chris, when will the videos be upline? They'll be upline tonight.
Say again, sorry.
Your videos and everything. Will you be taking videos?
I'll be doing a nice little video of the game and hopefully catching a few glimpses of the players, and then we'll have a little chat about that as well.
Hopefully you'll be able to grab one of the few players and actually speak to them. Would you reckon that might be a possibility? Yeah,
that'll be my main goal. Hopefully, that means I have to sit next to the front. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll see what I can do.
All right, cool. Anyway, check us out. We are at facebook.com/Tottenham, and as always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs. You'll take care.